Welcome back to the channel, guys. I appreciate y'all stopping through, man. Today we are going to be going over Fishy's new track, DA425 Test Track. Now, this track is absolutely amazing and it is free. So that is just remarkable, which I think all of Fishy's tracks that he's released so far have been free. And the only one out of all of Fishy's tracks I didn't like was the last one that he released. And I don't remember the name of it, but he's back to, you know, that creative side with the big jumps, with the big ruts and the rough terrain. You know what I'm saying? So this track is absolutely a blast to rip. Now, it is challenging, but it's only challenging in certain spots, because one thing I figured out is that throughout the track, there are lines that kind of skip some of the roughness. And I'll kind of try to point them out throughout the video, so that way you guys get a better idea. But there is one part on this track coming up that is absolutely insane. And it is hard. It not only is it hard, it's just kind of diabolical that he put on a track. You know what I'm saying? Especially since I'm imagining this is going to be in ranked servers as well. And with it being in ranked servers, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be going down. And we're going to be coming up to it here very shortly. Now, this is an absolute send down a huge hill into sand, and it is crazy. So we're coming up on here right after this double and then this triple. We're gonna hit this inside rut, and you can just launch down this hill, man. Now, if you launch too far, you're gonna case it and explode, get paboboed, whatever you want to call it. But if you can hit it right, it is very fun. You just got to kind of scrub down it while tapping the throttle. You know what I'm saying? But at the bottom of the hill, I don't know if you noticed, there is a lot of rough sand on the right side, and on the left side, it's more mellow. So as long as you take the left side, once you know, if you kind of send yourself down to the left side, you'll be better off. But the only problem you run into then is that those concrete barriers and fences have collisions. So if you accidentally jump off the track, you ain't getting back on the track. And if you jump into them while you're on the track, you're gonna just get sent to Narnia. You know what I mean? So it's crazy, and it's an absolute blast, and I don't know how we tucked the front end right there, but it is what it is. But this track is just absolutely phenomenal. It's so fun to ride, and like I said, I definitely think it's going to be up into the ranked servers. I don't see how it wouldn't be on the 250 freebies, because it is a difficult track, but it's also just a very fun track, man. It really is. And I think Fishy's been progressing a lot. I've noticed with this track, his ruts. So with the last track that I didn't like a whole lot, his ruts were really weird and small, and just, I don't know. I wasn't digging them. You know what I'm saying? But with this one, he's got the ruts back to where they hold you. He's got multiple line choices in each corner, and you know, you kind of got to go into the corner knowing where you're gonna hit. And we do a 360 on the ground. That's crazy. But it is a fun track, and I think it's challenging to where it's going to challenge the good riders. And I think that it's also going to, you know, let the newer riders improve and get better at the game. But also, I think there are lines for more advanced riders and lines for less advanced riders. You know what I mean? But once you ride the track enough and you get to figuring out the lines, you'll start noticing that there are lines through the roughness that you can just kind of dodge it all. And that makes it a lot easier to navigate throughout the track. You know what I'm saying? So definitely a 10 out of 10 track, Fishy, and you absolutely nailed it. I can't wait to get up on some races on here in the ranked servers, because this send right here downhill is gonna be absolute carnage in online servers, bro, especially with how many bots we got in there. But you see how smooth the left side is right there? It's just so much more smooth and not as rough as the right side. That right side, I don't even think you can get through it. I'm not even gonna attempt it, bro. I'm gonna just stick with the left side because that's absolutely wild. But yeah, so I had some people comment like, Oh, Beta 20's trash. Sitting the standing is too slow. And I gotta be honest with you guys, man. I know it's an animation and I know the rider weight affects the bike, but in first person, I don't notice it. I really don't notice it. The only thing that I've noticed that's changed as far as first person riding in this game goes is I think that you have more traction on the rear tire. And the reason why I say that is because if the rider weight does actually affect the bike the way it says it does, right? That means that there is like a center of mass on the rider. And if the rider's positioning holding the bike leaning forward has been changed, then that center of mass is going to be changed, which means the weight distribution on the bike is going to be different without even touching the right stick, right? And being that prior to the update, we had to lean forward a lot to maintain traction on the rear tire, I think with him in that more aggressive stance, it's going to have the center of mass more towards the front of the bike, which allows the rear end to have more traction. You know what I'm saying? So the people that are really going to be affected, I think, are going to be the third person riders. And that's because the transition from sitting to standing going slower is just going to play a visual mind trick on them. You know what I'm saying? So outside of that, man, I think that what Paboso's doing, I mean, I'm just glad he updated the game. I'm glad he touched the game. You know what I'm saying? Paboso, I feel like he just gave up on this damn thing. And I don't think he would have even tried touching it again for a while if MTG hadn't been announced. So maybe like I said yesterday, maybe I was wrong, and maybe Paboso will actually come through and update the game to, you know, work with, or not work with, but to be better than what it was in its state right now, so that way it can continue to try to compete with MTG. But I do think MX Sim is gonna die. I really do. MX Sim, I don't think is gonna make it past MTG and the improvements coming to MX bikes. And as you can see right there, there's the collision on the concrete barrier. But yeah, I just don't think that they're gonna be. I don't think that he's gonna be able to. I don't think MX Sim is going to be able to compete with MTG and MX bikes. And if Paboso is updating MX bikes, maybe at some point we get a graphic enhancement. You know what I'm saying? So he is the owner of the game. He creates the game. We never know what he's going to do. And we just got to hope that he has our best interest in mind. And we got to hope that he continues to improve the game. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he doesn't come out with an update that just completely breaks the game or ruins it or anything like that. And as long as he doesn't do that, I think that we'll be safe. So MX Bikes is going to live on for quite a while. MXM is going to die, and I'll die on that hill. You know what I mean? I really believe that. And I've talked to a lot of people in the MXM community, and they think the same thing, especially since Kellen from Start Your Systems is not announcing the pro races anymore. So we'll see what happens, but other than that, man, this is the DA425 test track by the man Fishy, and I highly suggest you guys go get it. If you have not yet, go down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and join the Discord, man. I don't know what y'all are doing. We got like 8,000 subs and only 900 people in Discord, so get up in there. Other than that, y'all have a blessed day. Stay up. Peace.